kids, it's 7 o'clock. It must be Johnny Fox with some more foxtails this week. Already here, Lavinia Whateley. So I'll just hand it over to you guys to tell the kids at home a little bit more about who you are and what you do.
Okay. So I think first point of contention is that we can't agree on how to pronounce the band name. We're a death metal band from Brighton, named after the H.P. Lovecraft character, and I pronounce Lavinia Whateley because I'm foreign and that's how you pronounce the name. But James has a different idea.
I have a different way of pronouncing it. I pronounce it the way that Lovecraft would have pronounced it in his New England accent. So it sounds to me, and in the way it sounds in the audiobook, which is read by an American. So I pronounce it in the American way by saying Lavinia Whateley, which sounds better than Wheatley, in my opinion. But being a Lovecraft band, there's no real way to say it. There's no real way to understand it or fathom it. So you can say it however you want, but I will get really annoyed if you say it any other way than the way
Isn't forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't the real bone of contention here as a death metal band not the pronunciation, but the fact that it's legible in your logo?
I know. Our logo's not pointy or drippy enough, but I don't know. I guess we're false. We're a fake band. We're not a real band.
No. Or you're just rebels among outcasts, which is cool as fuck.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
We're pretty cool. We're a bastion of non-conformity.
Excellent. So how long have you been doing this?
So it was a bedroom project between me and the lead guitar player Steve. Basically, it was the middle of 2020, end of 2022, I think, or middle of last year or end of last year, and we kind of just did some bedroom like Bandcamp recordings. It was just me and him and a drum machine, and we picked up the other guys along the way. The original idea was it was just going to be me and Steve, but we just ended up getting members. It wasn't really planned out that it was going to be a live band. It was maybe we'll play live once, and maybe we'll just play live once a year, and we'll be really cool and we'll appear. But no, it turned into a real band. Unfortunately for everyone, it's a real band.
So if, not if, but when, not right now, because this is too good, but when this is over, people want to go listen to your stuff, where can they go? All the usual places people do that?
Yeah, they can go on our Bandcamp at Lavinia Whateley or YouTube. We've got stuff on YouTube. So any streaming site is possible.
We're on Spotify, iTunes.
Yeah.
I think we're on Deezer as well.
That's fantastic.
That's a streaming site that nobody uses, but
the cool people use it.
I mean, I'm not cool enough to use it.
No, I'm not cool enough to use it. I've never heard of it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. So what attracts you to this particular genre? Is it
it's just the age-old thing of you get into metal, and then the metal just keeps getting heavier, and you want it to get heavier, and you just end up at the conclusion that most extreme metal bands is it just keeps getting heavy. You get bored of Metallica, so you go on to Sadus, or something. You get bored of Sadus, and then you go on to Autopsy, and then you get bored of Autopsy, and you go on to black metal, and then the black metal gets boring, so you go back again, and then it just keeps folding in on itself, and that's basically it.
For me, so coming as an outside of the songwriting project, because I joined after the first two EPs and the split were released. So for me, it was just about the fact that I like playing technical heavy music, but this was death metal, but it had all of these insane black metal elements. It had these really long, doomy passages, and it was about being extreme and capturing that madness and insanity of Lovecraft, but without sort of being married to any template, and just sort of, like there's songs that, sitting down trying to learn it, it's 27 different riffs crammed into 5 minutes
with a with an unknown time signature.
Yeah. So some of them we have heated disputes on what the time signature is.
Not me. I have to sing. I don't pay attention.
No,
Yeah.
so you got live shows coming up, right?
Yeah,
soon.
we've got the tour. Yeah.
We are starting next Wednesday in York, and then we're visiting Edinburgh on Thursday and Manchester on Friday. Just a little mini tour to try and get.
Don't sell it short. This, as you've just described, this is an international tour, right?
Yeah.
You know, let's not sell it short. Borders are being crossed.
Borders are
to make this happen.
being crossed. I mean, everything above London is Yorkshire to me. So, yeah. This is new territory for me.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. So, yeah, so that people get on your socials, all the information's there if they want to check it out. And from what I've seen, admittedly, unfortunately, for now at least, only online only, but it looks like a hell of a lot of fun at one of your shows.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We're fun group of guys.
Yeah,
we like having fun.
And...
Do you like having fun? Then you're gonna have fun at one of our shows.
There you
Even if you want to stand with your arms folded at the back, you're gonna have fun. If you really like us and you're one of those guys, you can fold your arms outside. You'll still have fun. Yeah.
Fantastic. No, because I'm all about breaking down stereotypes, and because having fun and I don't know, death metal might not be two things that go together in some people's minds.
Yeah. I don't know. I think most death metal people are up for a laugh.
Yeah.
I think it's more your field of influence that aren't up for a laugh.
Yeah, I've
you've been in the black metal K-hole.
I've spent a long amount of time playing in bands that took things very seriously, and here's a chance to sort of move with the music and let the audience move with us. And there are bits that are bone crushingly heavy, and there are bits that invite a little bit of a
whimsical, whimsy.
Yeah.
Whimsy.
Yeah.
Whimsical.
I think it was. I want to say Devin Townsend. I'm pretty sure it was a Devin Townsend interview I saw years ago when they were kind of talking to him about some criticism that he gets for having fun within the heavy. It was like, how can you take this shit seriously? Right. It's like it's grown men on stage going, "Oh, it's dumb as fuck." Creating the music seriously, take the creative processes and everything seriously. But when it comes to performing, you've got to have fun, or why would you do it night after night after night if you're lucky enough?
Yeah. It's a bit of a weird thing that some people just don't enjoy doing it, but whatever. But yeah, we're only really serious about writing the songs and rehearsing and doing all the regular band stuff. But as people, we're not particularly serious.
I think. On the musicianship side, the songs are challenging to play, and we are trying to be a laser sharp death metal band that isn't sloppy and doesn't make mistakes and delivers the riffs how they were written. But we can also have a bit of fun doing it, and we can. We're never going to just stand there in front of our amps and shoegaze hyper precisely.
Yeah. Guys, we're not sloppy. We're not a sloppy band. We are 100% tight all the time. We've never made a mistake. That isn't that right, Adam? We've never made a mistake ever.
100%.
People watching can come to our shows and there's a guarantee that we will not make a mistake whatsoever in our song.
That's just the great thing about writing your own songs. It's not like no one would ever know anyway, right?
Yeah. The worry is that we'll actually get fans, and then they'll know the songs, and then our mistakes, which we don't make, will become, a well-known thing. But that's not going to happen because we don't make mistakes.
That'd be terrible. I mean, no, who gets in this shit for fans?
Yeah. And when people start to realise that all the mistakes that we don't make, we'll just become an anal cunt tribute band.
Yeah,
And no one will know.
you know, before you know it, the fans start, you know, buying merch and
Yeah.
you
Then
start
we'll have to
making
stop.
money,
We'll
and
have to
it's
stop.
just horrible.
I know. It'd be terrible having fans. We would have to stop.
Yeah.
One of us would have to murder the other one. We'd have to stop.
Well, again, this is the beauty of black metal is that you're never going to have fans. Whereas
No.
more openly accessible extreme metal forms of
You
music,
can have fans.
you can have fans who don't want to kill you
I know.
and wear your skin.
And wear our skin. That I'm going to do to Dylan on tour. I'm not going to do that.
No,
I'm not going to do that to Vestia. I'm not going to kill Vestia and then wear their skin on tour.
Yeah, we are very lucky with the bands that are coming on tour with us. I think we're quite excited. We've got Vestia, who are basically babies. They are extremely young and extremely talented, and this is going to be their first.
I hate them so much already.
I mean, they're only a year younger than us because we're both 19.
Indeed,
We're both 19 years old.
Yeah, but yeah, they're going on their first tour. They've just released an album, and yeah, well,
it's my first tour.
It's your first tour.
It's my first tour.
You never toured. No, we're
Steve's not toured. No, none of us have toured. You're the only one who's toured in the band.
Oh well,
that's why we've both all been going. I don't want to stay in the same room as you. Yeah, he's toured. For a 19-year-old man, he's toured a lot.
But
so what's do you set sort of goals or anything? Is there anything in particular in the future you're wanting to achieve? Like a particular venue you want to play, or
we'd like to get our album done, which is coming along.
It's coming along. We're in the editing stage. We're
writing it. Yeah,
we're trying 2 songs out. Live on this tour to get a feel for what works, and then yeah, I think we've got 15 songs written that we're editing down
to 10 or 8. Yeah. But the ones we've picked to play on tour are like the hardest ones and the most PTSD inducing ones.
Yeah.
It's been fun and it's not been fun. I've been having night terrors every day. I've got the doctor prescribed me some dinosaur race cars to play with, just so I don't get scared. What's your favourite one?
Actually, my favourite one's not here. We've got a blue ankylosaurus as well.
Is that the one that's in the shower?
Yeah.
I thought about bringing that one. What's your favourite? Mine's the yellow one. The yellow one's my favourite, John.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'd have to agree with the yellow one. From
yellow
these two,
Triceratops is the best one. The pterodactyl one's cool, but it's a bit of a pedo.
Right. So so come on then, throw some. Maybe not specifically. I know when writing your own stuff, you're completely, no doubt, like in your own headspace or whatever. So maybe not necessarily for the band, but maybe more personally. What are some of your musical influences?
When do you want to go first, or?
I mean, yeah. So it's everything I've ever done on bass has been trying to be Geezer Butler and failing, and yeah, it's just, you know, that feeling of having extreme music supported by, you know, a rich bass line, a bass line that you can not just feel but that makes you move. And I think a lot of extreme metal loses sight of that, and it's just about finding those little spaces of feel and groove inside a riff that's designed to crush your bones and snap your neck.
Yeah.
But also I listen to more Celtic Frost than I think the members of Celtic Frost do.
They definitely don't listen to any Celtic Frost.
Yeah.
For all the box sets and special editions I've had, Tom Warrior definitely doesn't listen to Celtic Frost. Yeah. You've got the Celtic Frost tattoo. You're like,
I do have a Celtic Frost
tattoo. Have a Celtic Frost tattoo. Yeah. I don't have a Celtic Frost tattoo. I'm not that cool. Are these like my influence is mainly is it what I write about, or is it vocal influences, or
Well, yeah, go on, vocally.
vocally?
I mean, obviously you don't try and copy anyone, but who just
Yeah,
inspires you to go, I could do that.
yeah. I think narrowing it down, I did start off as a guitar player, and so the first extreme metal band I was the rhythm guitar player, and then the lead guitar player one day decided to put hammer-ons and pull-offs in one of our songs, and I wasn't going to sit down and learn hammer-ons and pull-offs, so I decided, vocal. I can't be bothered to learn an instrument anymore, so I'll just make growling noises, and so the lead up to that, I was just sitting around listening to A Blaze in the Northern Sky by Dark Throne, and I thought, I could do that. And it was just walking around the house my parents were in, just going, and it eventually got there. So most of the influences are black metal. So it's mainly the core influences is Nocturno Culture from Dark Throne, Trevor Sternad, rest in peace, from the Black Dahlia Murder, Jello Biafra from Dead Kennedys. Who else? I can't really think of anyone else at the moment. But those are Dawn of the Dead from Nunslaughter. Dawn of the Dead from Nunslaughter. Main influences. So.
I have always wondered, when it comes to the vocals, the growling, grunting, screaming style of vocal, how do you even find out you can do that? Like, because I quite like to do that. Sometimes I do that when I get very angry at something and I'm triggered, but to just do it on purpose, it seems to be like I can't find it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I didn't really think about it, to be honest. I've never really thought about it, and it's just sort of evolved on its own. One of the key components is being alone in the house and having a shower. I did that a few times. The shower works. The shower method is the best method. But really, it's just I don't know. I don't think about it. Really, honestly, I just don't. I've never thought about it. I'm an idiot. I'm not very clever.
Do you have, idiot you may be, but are you idiot enough to? Do you have any kind of any sort of like medicinal regime, to keep you to be able to keep that up? Or do you look after?
Lots and lots
exercise.
Of, I mean, practice, but lots and lots of Lots of Fisherman's Friend.
All right.
Lots of Fisherman's Friend, Vocal Zone, tea, spicy food, chomp on ginger, ginger. Yeah, eat a whole clove of ginger. Is it clove of ginger? Root of ginger. Yeah.
Oh, that's the last guest, the last guest I had on almost died choking on a vocal zone about 5 minutes in.
What, one of them in?
The last episode. That was fun.
Wow. That's impressive. They're quite cool. Yeah. Who was it? Who's the guest?
It was Tor James Faulkner, also a musician and voice actor and celebrity psychic. All around good egg.
Cool.
It was tons of fun.
Nice.
Good egg with a very small airway.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Definitely could not fit a good egg down there.
Okay. So thematically, is there besides Lovecraft, is there anything else when it comes to the lyrics or the?
Well, at the moment for the album, it's more. I kind of put down Lovecraft briefly because like the first like 3 EPs and the single were all Lovecraft, so it's all going to be like, well, some of it's real history, some of it's not real history, but lots of like gruesome ancient historical stuff. So like sacrificing children to Molochs on the album. There's the Satan song. That's not really history, but there's the Satan song. Got to have a Satan song.
It could be the future.
Yeah. There's the one about Emperor Tiberius, who was kind of like a pre-runner to Jeffrey Epstein having a pedo island. That's one. That's one of the ones we're playing on the tour. Haven't really got any other songs with lyrics to them yet, but it's going to be more like ancient history, horrible stuff, horrible history.
Yeah, just wholesome, good, clean
Just,
family
yeah,
fun.
just shoving people in brazen balls and tying people to boats and feeding them honey so they shit themselves, and flies and maggots eat them, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just putting Lovecraft down so I can focus on the real topic, which is killing children in horrible ways and killing adults in horrible ways and doing really interesting sexual things to people on islands and other things like that. Really highbrow intellectual stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of highbrow intellectual stuff, let's get to know you guys a little bit better. We've got to know the band, the history, the influences a little bit. Let's get to know you on a slightly more personal level, but not really. By playing a bullshit game I like to just call This or That, which starts with the incredibly boring. You can take it in turns to answer. There are no wrong answers, because God knows I have got no prizes for you anyway. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Cat.
That was easy. Dave, beer or wine?
Beer.
Wine.
Oh, loggerheads. That could be tricky. Pizza or kebab?
Or I'm going to say pizza, but kebab is a close second to that.
Well, we've got, I think, probably the best kebab store in the world at the bottom of my road. So if that wasn't an option, I'd go for pizza. But it just nothing beats.
Is it Albion kebab?
No, Canby's.
I've not had Canby's.
Canby's on Norfolk Square.
I've not had that.
If anyone's down in Brighton, Canby's on Norfolk Square, Lebanese kebab, it is beyond fantastic. They did not pay me to say this.
Yeah.
But otherwise I would go for a pizza. There's a lot of dodgy kebabs out there.
Shout outs Albion kebabs and Yummy's pizza. Yummy's pizza is really good, but there is a sort of threshold of entry that you might get the shits after having it the initial time. But once you get used to it, and once your body has acclimatized to eating enough Yummies that I have, then the shits won't be a problem. That or the hairs sometimes get in the garlic bread, but that's fine.
See,
that's okay.
So, like anything that's worth doing, like learning bass guitar or writing fantastic songs about child murder and things, it's practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, country retreat or city living?
City living.
Because everybody says country retreat because they think,
Well,
that's the cool thing to say.
I grew up in the countryside, and it just turns you into like a serial killer. Not that I've known about that. You'd start writing manifestos if you live in the countryside for too long.
Skydiving or scuba diving?
Scuba.
Have you ever?
No.
I haven't scuba, but I snorkel a lot.
Snorkel's fun.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing, really.
No, do you consider yourself a leader or a follower?
I mean, I play bass. it is by definition the most follower you can be as a musician.
Well.
I think we're all Sigma males in this band, to be honest with you. We're neither. We don't come off as leaders, but we are really. We're just wolves in sheep's clothing.
Leader adjacent.
Leader adjacent.
We're the viziers of death metal.
Yeah, we're the viziers. The viziers of death metal. We're not the sultans of death. Who are the sultans of death metal?
Trivax.
Big parties or small gatherings?
Small gatherings.
Small gatherings.
Quality over
already
quantity.
Too many people for me.
Yeah, I'm having. This is why I'm playing with my panic attack. Dinosaurs. Yellow or red?
Okay. Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow. Would you rather have money or free time?
Free time.
Free time.
I have no free time. I play death metal bass, which means I'm practicing more than I'm sleeping.
I'm the vocalist of a death metal band, so I've obviously got to be really horrible and do things.
Would you rather see a puppet show or a magic show?
Puppets.
Magic. I like the challenge of figuring out the tricks.
I'm simple. I
Okay,
have
so
puppets.
yeah, I'm puppets. There's not enough
From
puppets.
I'm from the seaside, man. I have to watch Punch and Judy every day, or
Yeah.
I have a meltdown.
So with magic, okay, do you want to see like the the close up, pick a card, any card kind of shit, or whatever, the cup in the ball, or do you want to see like the Empire State Building disappear?
Definitely want to see the Empire State Building disappear, but also I'd be worried about being sort of the one asshole who's like, it's over there. He turned the platform.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what he did. Yeah.
Would you rather be a vampire or a werewolf?
I'll go for werewolf.
Werewolf.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yes.
Vampires are cool, but it's lots of moaning and walking around moaning, and also if you're a werewolf, you can go out in the day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just being a vampire just has so many limitations. Whereas as a werewolf, avoid silver. That's fine. I can't afford silver anyway.
Just don't kill your family members.
Swear to God, 40-something episodes I've done of this, and 40-something vampires. All Hollywood brainwashed, sexy, fucking bullshit.
No, real vampires would look fucking mean. If you're like I think they'd look horrible. To be honest, vampires.
I mean, massive vitamin D deficiency to begin with.
Yeah. Like I think
anemia.
Anemia. I think they'd look really ghoulish. You know, they'd look like what's his name? Fucking who's the creepy warlock guy? Who's the prince? What's his name? The king's dad.
The Duke of Edinburgh.
Yeah, no,
Prince Philip.
Yeah, Prince Philip. Vampires look like Prince Philip. That's what a real vampire looks like, Prince Philip. Yeah.
I could be onto something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's any immortal. I mean, albeit there's ways to be killed, but anything that's like essentially immortal, like the vampire, there's the psychological edge of getting to know people, loving people, or whatever, and then they die, you carry on.
Yeah.
Yes, there's more people where they came from, but that cycle would be like, kill me now.
That's why most vampires are miserable, gothy gits walking around a castle, not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I don't want to be that guy.
I'm sure it's fun for the first 100 years, but it'll get absolutely tedious after 200 probably.
Yeah, and spend a century or two essentially reenacting your upcoming album,
Yeah.
It'd be fun. And
Big
then,
things about to happen forever. Yeah.
Then it'll just sort of peter out a bit. Nobody wants that. So anyway, the controversial one: Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Is the
right
answer.
Hold on. Because by Star Wars, I'm counting only the 6 Star Wars movies that were made, because for some reason after 6 movies they stopped forever and never did anything else.
I know. Something so successful, you would have thought there'd be money in that, wouldn't you?
Whereas Star Trek has continued to put out lower quality output, but over
Glenn
a long
better
period
not
of
see
time.
this. Glenn better not see this. He'll get so angry. Actually, I'm going to drop myself. Star Wars is fun. Watching Star Trek is like watching a boardroom meeting in space. I'm sorry to all the Trekkies. I just feel like I'm watching a beige boardroom meeting in space. And if our rhythm guitar player sees this, he's going to do something.
It's kind of bizarre. Something that kind of bugs me about Star Trek, as far as I'm aware, they've never really shown you the origin story, really, of how this great world of everybody being friends and international and everybody gets along, and so it's like this big communist kind of everybody's equal kind of thing that they're trying to put on, but yet they work within this military structure of hierarchy with admirals and captains. And you're not telling me that some guy gets to be captain of a USS Starship, and if he only kind of gets paid the same as the guy who does maintenance on the vending machines, there's no fucking way that works. Human beings just will never allow that.
They don't get paid at all. It's
Not at
You're
all.
not
They're
coming up.
doing it
Comedy.
for the greater good.
Yeah, but
You know.
no, they dipped into the origin story that, you know, and I'm showing my Trekkie roots here, but Zephram Cochrane impressed the world so much that everyone just decided to be unified and good forever.
Yeah.
Which I think, I mean, you know, I think it's a lovely idea to think that one guy
Yeah.
with
Well, it is.
nuclear reactors in his back room can unite the world.
Yeah, it is fantastic. And who knows? That it could be, the album could have that very effect.
Oh yeah,
when it's ready. Who knows?
Now we're drifting into Bill and Ted territory.
Yeah, no. So
Yeah, no, but when, you know, when
it will not be sloppy. We're never sloppy, but the album could bring world peace. And it could not be sloppy.
when faced with the starkness of all the worst aspects of humanity, it just might make people realize what
everyone will realize that this one death metal album, it just brings everyone together. All the scenes, all of the labels, they'll just come together, and it will be amazing, won't it? It'll be absolutely incredible. Yeah,
it certainly will. So, Pokemon or Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball.
Pokemon.
It's you don't want to watch 15 episodes of Goku powering up?
I just the obsessive nature of catching them all appeals to my particular
not powering up not powering up for 20 episodes.
I've never watched a single episode of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, you know, I know
you're missing out on those 20 episodes of them powering up.
I know I get told I get shit for this because I know I am aware they are two very different things by all accounts. I just think it's fun to throw them together.
Technically, they're not that different. One's about catching Pokemon so you can become a stronger Pokemon trainer. The other one's about powering up so you can beat the shit out of a stronger person than you.
Wait, is this the one with all the Super Saiyans?
Yeah, Saiyans. Yeah. Not Saiyan.
I'm sorry for mispronouncing something.
You're out of the band.
If only we could.
You're out of the band. Evil Adam's out of the band. Tours off.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm so glad I did this.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have either of you ever seen a UFO?
I think I've seen a UFO.
A clear yes. So let's go with that.
Yeah.
Story time.
No, like I mean, you know, this is where I put my old hat on and go back during the war.
Yeah.
But no, like back during the war, we used to spend a lot of time sky gazing because, you know, you didn't want to get bombed, and it was there were some weird things up in the sky from time to time, and we would comfort ourselves it was UFOs and not Serbian bombers. But yeah, so to this day, so my childhood brain remembers, you know, things that actually probably were just bombers, just a bunch of Serbian bombers, too lazy to kill us.
Yeah.
Those fuckers. Couldn't even put in a decent day's work.
Yeah, but they were like, oh look, there's a load of Croatian kids. Let's pretend to be UFOs. Yeah. Making light of a very dark topic, though.
I mean, you know, we are. I mean, we are a death metal band. We aren't playing kitten hugging music for.
I'm more of an opinion that they're not from space, that they're interdimensional entities.
Every chance. But I tell you, you know, I have seen nothing, not a sniff, ever. I mean, but I've had too many stories since asking that question that there's definitely something up there. I mean, where it's from, I don't know.
What's
there's
that
definitely
place?
something.
I think it's in Yorkshire, where it's like the really hot UFO spot. I swear it's in Yorkshire.
There's one or two.
Yeah. My dad's seen a ghost, and he doesn't believe in ghosts. So
yeah, that, you know, preempted the very next question.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
I've never seen a ghost.
I've never seen a ghost.
But I believe in ghosts.
Oh no, actually no, wait.
No, have you seen a ghost?
I have seen a ghost, but it's one of those things where
Was it a Serbian with a sheet over him?
Surprisingly not.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it's so weird that you just, the day after, you just refuse to accept the reality of it.
Yeah, I think my dad.
But like I was in a very serious black metal band, and we were doing this sort of ritualistic.
Wait, was this when you
something?
had bones? Was this when you had the
Yeah,
bones?
yeah. Like we had a lot of bones out. And,
he's way more evil than me.
And then like these weird voices started speaking through our amps and through the walls, and like it was probably like radio interference picking up like someone's child monitor or something. But at that time, it was.
What did it sound like?
I just looked like a kid chattering and like whining, and like at that time it was like, this is definitely a ghost, and we are cursed. But since then it was like,
I think you're doing some demonic stuff there.
I think it was just power of suggestion and us picking.
No,
up
I'm going to choose to believe that you summoned something.
But then like like a door sort of blew open in the wind all by itself, and like the light went off and on, and it was like the kind of things that if it happens when you're not,
it always happens when you're not suspecting it to happen.
Yeah. but yeah,
we are staying in a haunted venue on tour.
Yeah.
So
we are.
I'm really scared.
We are sleeping above Fannon's Bar, which has a reputation for being haunted. But yeah, okay. So maybe I do believe in ghosts. I just try to rationalize them away.
I choose to go the full Lovecraft option, where I become like a gibbering idiot in an insane asylum, scrawling things. Luckily, I'm in a band of people who are like that. But yeah, I always go for the more crazy option before the rational one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did. Again, I have seen sod all. There are some things I do see. I wouldn't call it ghosts, but I mean, everybody's had the some movement or something out the corner of your eye. You turn, you're never quick enough. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I kind of get that, but when I turn, there is fucking well something there. Essentially, it's more of a shadow, and it comes in different shapes. Sometimes it's like insect-like, and sometimes it's more humanoid. Yeah. Sometimes it's about fucking 7 foot tall, which is creepy as fuck. And sometimes it's relatively
shadow person.
Small dog sort of size.
Classic shadow person phenomenon.
Yeah, it kind of sits there. It's almost like then once we're both aware that we've both seen each other, that's when it decides to fucking disappear.
Actually, one of our songs, In Search of the Cyclopean, is about seeing stuff out the corner of your eye. So it's on topic. Something's there. You're not really sure what that is. So, yeah.
So I will use that to go to sleep to, and have some kind of therapy, and obviously if it can help my condition, because it's been happening for an awfully long time. You think, is it the house? Is the house haunted or something with these things?
Yeah.
And I saw them at work, and I see them just out and about, and I've moved house, grown up, and moved away. And
if they're not doing anything,
they're
not doing anything bad. Probably.
Either I can see them wherever I go, or they're following me. I don't fucking know. It doesn't. They don't seem to do me any harm.
Just a bunch of guys. Just a bunch of fellas.
Yeah.
Hanging out. Some fourth dimensional fellas just hanging around.
Oh, this is it. I mean, also, if we're going down this rabbit hole, I mean, we've had deja vu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck is that?
Some people think it's what is it? Something to do with like past life regression, or you've seen the future and you're living something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not qualified to really.
I know. Some think it's also possibly the layers of the multiverse.
Yeah.
That it's like it's the other you
you'll
bleeding in that's just
you'll have a thing on that.
A second in front or behind.
The more fascinating.
There's a lot of interesting books behind it. You'll have a thing.
The more fascinating is the counter phenomenon, jamais vu, which is where you are convinced something has happened that by all evidence, has never happened to you before.
All right.
Is that like the Nelson Mandela syndrome?
Yeah, so, yeah, similar to.
Yeah, and it's sort of the psychological study into deja vu. So that's sort of like the lesser phenomenon, because your body, your mind is creating these false memories based on something that's right there. Whereas jamais vu is like it's these false memories entirely out of nowhere, and it just shows just how weird what's going on in our head can be.
Oh, certainly. I mean, even something as simple. I mean, we have eyes that take in so much information that you can't really comprehend it. So our wonderful brains tend to like just take one piece of what you've seen and then go from memory and then like Photoshop the rest around it. Like when you don't realize that, your band members, shaved where they usually have a beard or something like that. When it takes that while, there's that lag to catch up. Like you've been together all day and it's like the end of the night when you realize, when did you shave? Or something.
When did all your hair fall out?
If one of us shaved, I think it would be cause for concern.
If you shaved, I would be very worried.
We are too far gone as a hairy death metal band to.
I'm still getting over the fact that Steve's got a moustache.
But if Steve removed his moustache,
it would be fine for me. I'm used to seeing.
I think we'd call a caretaker.
I'd be scared of seeing Jamie without facial hair, and I've seen him without facial hair.
Again, like we are.
Oh no, he's there. He's in the chat. Steve's in the chat. We have to be nice now.
We are first and foremost hairy, balding men.
You're not balding.
I am.
You're not balding, dude. You're like 20 next year, and you've not gone bald yet. I've got the pizza slice issue. I'm fried. I'm fried for a 19-year-old man because we're 19. That's how old we are.
Yeah, it's a rough gig, this death metal life.
Yeah.
I myself only turned 21 this
I
year.
know. It's crazy.
It's nuts. So
it's just yesterday. I was 18. It was crazy.
Yeah. So maybe you have to go back, and obviously not that far back to your childhood for this, but maybe if I could try and get you to embarrass yourselves potentially a little bit. I always ask this, particularly of musicians, but anyone. I personally don't have guilty pleasures. I don't agree with the concept. I like what I like, and fuck you. Okay, but you get the concept, right? So, what's the thing? Maybe music, an artist, a band, or maybe something else, pop culture related, that you guys like, that maybe people wouldn't expect of you. People might be a bit like taken aback and really. Aqua?
I really, really like the emo music from the mid 2000s because that's when I was 12 and 13. So I really like My Chemical Romance and all that stuff because that was like not the introduction to heavy music, but it was definitely one of the components in it, like dark music.
Yeah, a bit of it.
And that was kind of my big the sort of cultural teenage cultural thing that was going on at the time. Everyone had checkered Vans and really skinny jeans. I had a fringe. Everyone had a fringe. That was the thing. Everything on Kerrang, but that's just what I liked at the time, and I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't really have any guilty pleasures. A lot of fun. We listen to a lot of new metal. I know Steve. I'm not sure if he's still in here. But I know he likes a lot of that stuff, and he's from a similar thing where it was lots of emo and screamo, metalcore stuff from back in the day. What about you? No, you were always evil.
I'm always evil, but Simply Red. I'm going to go out on a limb. Simply Red live in Cuba is one of the greatest live performances by any band ever. But not a lot of people will agree with me on this, which is fair enough. But yeah, a almost geriatric Mick Hucknall giving it his all to an audience that hasn't seen live Western music for about 40 years was a masterpiece. And really, I think about that performance about as often as I think about the Roman Empire.
Oh, that's a lot then.
That's-
I really like Chinese opera, and that's like CIA torture tape levels of music
yeah.
for some people. I think I'm a bit messed up. I had a period a couple of years ago in lockdown of forcing it on people, and my roommate wasn't happy about it. It is, yeah. One of my friends was lucky enough to see it live, and he said it was one of those agonising experiences he's ever experienced. But
I've seen some live.
you've seen Chinese opera? Yeah. It's great. It's brilliant. It's like 5 hours of that, but like several octaves higher. It's great. Love it. We should do a split of a Chinese opera. That'd be really good.
I'll get schmoozing.
There's tons of schmooze, yeah.
No, they're coming. They're playing in London in February. We can go schmooze, make connections.
Beijing opera, we're coming for you.
Yeah, don't be sloppy,
Don't be
Beijing
sloppy.
opera.
Red or yellow, you decide.
I mean, you know which colour the Beijing opera is going to prefer.
Yellow, red. Yeah, they're gonna throw red. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably say we're choices. What are choices?
What choices?
Explain choices.
We could be like what was it? Lie back and play North Korea. We could do that. We could go away playing North Korea. 100% go away playing North Korea. No one will be put to death for bringing us to North Korea.
So they say never meet your heroes or your idols, but have you? You ever met any celebrities of any type, even if it's just some twat that you kind of went, right, it's that twat off the telly?
Met Tom Warrior at Bloodstock.
Yeah,
and I had a jacket signed by him, which I no longer have.
I couldn't handle meeting Tom Warrior. Like I think that's,
you'd have a spasm.
Yeah, I think that's like the one person who, like, no matter what happens, it will go badly because
you'll end up tying him up and dragging him back here. And
it's like, hey man, like I've got a drawing you made as a 16-year-old on my arm. Like how do you even sort of get further than that? Like imagine running into someone who's got one of your childhood drawings tattooed on them. You'd be, you're immediately predisposed to think this guy's a weirdo. But I also spent without exaggerating, probably like 8 or 9% of my life listening to Celtic Frost.
I remember
all related bands.
Yeah, I think it was a big thing for me meeting at the time because I'd just been on holiday to Devon and was listening to Morbid Tales on repeat. So I was like, shook his hand, signed my stuff, didn't say anything to me. I was like, it was like, oh, never get rid of this jacket. And then I gave it to an ex-girlfriend, and I've never seen it since.
I met Dave Vincent. Did not enjoy the experience.
Wait, you said you liked Dave Vincent?
No, I said I liked just how much balls Dave Vincent had. I did not enjoy my interaction with him.
You said he was nice. No, that was Joe who said he's really nice.
Yeah. Joe liked Dave Vincent, but I think Joe probably approached it less from
I love Altars of Madness. I love Altars of Madness. Dave Vincent, I love Altars of Madness. Yeah. Dave Vincent, when are you going to bring back the latex pentagram show? When are you going to bring it back? Can I have it?
Yeah.
Got to see my tattoo of it.
I met him during his country phase when.
But that's never stopped.
Yeah, he was playing metal to pay the bills, but he wasn't into it. But yeah,
best celebrity moment of this year for me was getting Glenn Benton to smile at Bloodstock. That was great. I was at the front with a load of other people, who were just shouting, "Give us a smile, Glenn," and he managed to smile, which was good. And it was the most awkward smile I've ever seen because he was walking around and then sounded really stoically with his aviator shades on. Just a load of loud British people screaming, "Give us a smile, Glenn!" And he slowly went, which is I don't think
Yeah.
Glenn Benton smiles that much.
And yet somehow the world's still turning.
I know.
Somehow,
They were
you'd have thought
great.
that'd be some
They were
kind of
great.
cataclysmic event.
The aside this year were great. I couldn't hear anything but the kick drum for the first 2 songs, and it was still amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So is there anybody? Do you have any kind of bucket list of like people you would like to maybe either support as a band or outright meet? If you could go for if you go for a drink with anyone who you're taking with you,
I'd
alive
like
or
to,
dead.
yeah,
Let's go fantasy.
Yeah, I'd like to either tour or do a split or anything with Deceased. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be neat. I think Nunslaughter would be cool. Black Dahlia Murder would be cool, even though that's very unlikely. Who else? Autopsy would be neat. Autopsy would be fun.
Autopsy would be cool. For me, it's
Denial of God would be fun.
Demilich for me.
Demilich. Yeah.
I think.
Do they still play?
I think they're semi-retired now.
Yeah.
I think they're definitely not putting out any new music, but whether they tour the old music, I think is...
Atheist would be fun. Atheist would be neat. Cynic would be fun. That would be a laugh.
Yeah, like old Cynic, I think.
No, new Cynic, because it'd be even more funny.
New Cynic is
Have you seen it? Well, I forgot his name. Is it? It's not Jeff. No, it's not.
What, Sean Masterval?
Yeah, have you seen his Instagram? It's incredible.
No,
He just talks about his crystal collection. It's amazing. He's completely insane.
Is it a collection of women called crystals?
No, it's just
that he's found and
crystal. He's always playing with like an amethyst crystal. It's like, we're going to be playing our acoustic set in Tokyo next week. Come for a connection. It's amazing. Same with Jeff Becerra from Possessed. His social media is incredible.
Actually, go back to the celebrity thing. I think Jeff is the...
You've carried him.
Yes.
You've held him in your arms.
Jeff is the greatest death metal celebrity I've ever met. He's so positive and so enthusiastic, and so
you got to hold him.
We opened for him.
We didn't. He did.
The collective I used to be in.
His evil band that he was in.
Opened for him back in. Must have been like, I don't know, 19.
So when their newer album came.
Yeah, when they were touring the newest album. And yeah, he was just the most gloriously kind and engaging, incredibly famous man who revolutionized music. And yeah, just lots of great fun. Gave him a T-shirt. He wore a T-shirt a bunch of times.
Never listened to your band. Maybe.
I mean, I don't mind. I enjoyed spending time with him a lot.
Mm-hmm. And you got to carry him. You got to bodyguard him.
Well,
yeah. Jeff Becerra. You also got to pick some bits out of Nicholas Quarfel's eye.
Yeah, that was an entirely different circumstance.
That's the most evil thing you've done, I think. That's the most evil person you've met.
He wasn't. He's not evil. He's just
unpredictable. He's just a knobber.
All right, just we'll rattle through a few sort of quickies, or potentially quickies with the stuff that I do day to day on here. So, what was the last film you watched that you'd recommend? Not necessarily a new film, just the last one you watched that you'd actually recommend.
Darkman from 1990.
Good choice.
With Liam Neeson in it. The first time with our drummer and our other friend, and we were rolling around pissing ourselves. It's one of the best films I've ever seen. Have you seen Darkman?
Love it.
Of course I've seen Darkman.
Darkman's great.
Superhero movies before superhero movies were cool, kids.
You've got Liam Neeson going, the bit in the fairground, he's like, give me the fucking pink elephant.
I always think so. Darkman with Liam Neeson and Phantom with Billy Zane.
Oh, love
That's
that.
Like an excellent back-to-back Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
But superhero movies before superheroes were cool.
You still need to watch The Crow.
We do need to watch The Crow. When we come back from tour, we're going to have a Crow watching party.
Yeah, because half of us haven't seen it apart from him. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it the Brandon Lee Crow?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah. That is the only acceptable answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. What was which TV? Any TV shows on your radar?
I've been watching a lot of Gareth Marenghi's Dark Space, just because I missed it when it was on the first time round. And I just discovered it, and I thought, God,
Still need to see that one.
if I'd watched this when I was 15, it would have changed my entire personality. But now, as a 19-year-old, I'm mature enough to handle it.
Mm. You know, as both 19-year-olds, we can watch stuff like Garth Marenghi's Dark Place and Darkman without it affecting us at all, because we're not 18 anymore.
Yeah. If you want something a little bit
I haven't
supernatural,
watched
a
any,
little bit creepy.
I haven't watched any TV shows in a while, unfortunately. I can't think of any.
Yeah, I've just got up to date with a little thing they call From, which everybody seems to be sleeping on. And if you like your dark, creepy kind of Stephen King-y, small town in the middle of nowhere, America, it's the kind of good old, when you drive in, you can't drive out thing. You try and leave and you just come back in the other side like Pac-Man or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of a deal, and scary things happen at night, and so the population dwindles, and then luckily like another busload of people turn up, and so on and so on. But so if you're like, yeah, I've seen that, I've read that, like many times, but it's a bloody good version of that thing, and is throwing a few little twists and things my way that I'm like, oh, that's different. I've not seen that before. Okay, stick with it. But everybody's sleeping on it, but it's great.
Okay.
From.
Okay.
Season 3 is about to finish either this week or next week. So
the last series
give or take about 30 episodes to go.
The last series I watched was the Fallout one. I quite like that. That was fun. The Fallout one was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculously overhyped.
I've not actually played any of the Fallout games, but it's watchable. It's very watchable.
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
And Macaulay Culkin in season 2
ought
to be a bunch of fun. Apparently, that should be interesting.
I mean, he does look like he's got radiation sickness.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true. All that poker money does nothing for the kid.
I just want a Judge Dredd series. Just give me a Judge Dredd series. Just come on, just give it to me.
Yeah, well, they keep talking about
one.
Rogue Trooper. They keep saying they're doing Rogue Trooper.
Oh, really? That'll be cool.
Yeah, it keeps. It's one of those like it comes up and then it's like in development and then it never sees the light of day, and then the rumor mill starts again. And we've got a director attached to it. We've got a showrunner attached to it. We're going to cast this guy, and then it never happens. And then it's this, and then it's.
You think of all like the comic book stuff that they could do. They've done a decent Judge Dredd film, but they could do load more of the 2000 AD characters.
Yeah, give me some Nemesis.
Nemesis, Nemesis.
God, yeah.
ABC Warriors, you could do that.
Just imagine a live action Slane.
Slane would be good. Slane would be cool.
Wouldn't it just?
Yeah.
Not enough of that. Not enough the kind of swords of sorcery.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not done.
I
thought they were going to do a Conan one. Weren't they going to do a Conan series? Did they do that?
Well, the Conan film was such a ginormous flop that I think everyone sort of retreated for.
Wait, did they make another one apart from the Arnie one?
Yeah, they made one with Jason Momoa as Conan. It was not good.
I didn't even know about that.
Just avoid.
Is it not good?
It's really not good.
It's really you're not missing much.
I'm going to watch.
By all accounts, I don't think it's the worst casting.
No, it's kind of like
the world. But
it was the story that really let it down.
They got rid of his dreadlocks, and he has this weird fucking jet black sort of fairly straight hair, and they clean shave him, and it's like he already had this barbarian kind of looking thing going on anyway.
I guess because Conan doesn't really tend to have a beard most of the time.
Yeah, but we all know he should.
Yeah, he should.
So
I
think there is talk of Schwarzenegger coming back to that role.
Yeah, King Conan.
Yeah,
some kind of king or emperor Conan. Which is my pitch. Holly Weird, if you're listening, and I know you are, he's my non-sloppy pitch for
Nothing
the King
sloppy.
Conan movie.
Not us, not this podcast. Nothing. No mistakes or word fumbling has been made in the last hour. Yellow or red? What's your favourite?
You know, I'd say
Yellow.
if you've got an old, grey, matted, bearded Schwarzenegger on the Stone Throne, and maybe he's got 2 kids, and maybe he's trying to hand it over,
Yeah.
and they've got to prove themselves, and maybe one of them says, "I'll prove myself by conquering the other nations, the neighbouring nations,"
Yeah.
and the other kid says, "I'm just going to kill me dad,
Yeah.
and maybe my brother, and see how that works. Then it'll all be mine." And it's really about those two, and it's the big fight at the end is those two, and Andy can be just kind of looking cool in the background.
And then Conan
maybe dies
kills
in the
both of
second
them,
act.
and then he's alone again. Conan kills both of them, and then he's just up there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe that's the alternative ending where we sell loads of ridiculously overpriced Blu-rays.
And Funko Pop. Don't forget Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Lavinia Whateley, when we're huge and achieve world peace and everyone likes us, and we're bigger than Blood Incantation, we sell more long sleeves than them, we'll have Funko Pop.
Oh, I mean, how have you not got Funko Pop? I mean, I think anyone who has, at this point, shouldn't they be basically making Funkos of anyone who has like more than 10 subscribers?
Yeah, I know. I mean, all of my Funko Pops I keep in piss jars. And I piss in them regularly to keep them clean. I don't know where that's. What do you do with your Funko Pops? Do you keep them in piss jars?
I don't own a single Funko Pop, and I've always been puzzled by the people who buy one. But I also think, as a
that
band,
they should be kept in
as
piss
a
jars.
band, we are very Funko Poppable.
Yeah,
like we do have distinctive head shapes.
Mm-hmm. Either that or put us in Minecraft. We'd definitely work well in Minecraft. Minecraft, Funko Pop. We could appear in My Little Pony. We could appear in My Little Pony. I also have a plethora of My Little Pony toys that I keep in piss jars at home.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Do you?
Right.
Do you, viewer? I know Dylan from Vestia, who's watching, definitely has My Little Pony things in piss
jars. I'm more of a Care Bears guy.
Care Bears in piss jars.
They soak up the piss a lot better.
Yeah.
I think I could get extra in there.
Yeah. I mean, can I ask the viewers what is their favourite piece of toy from a media franchise that they like to keep in piss or another form of bodily fluid?
You know,
I'm waiting.
You see, you're making a rod for your own back here because when you get found, and you will,
I know,
right? This is what they're going to bring you. This is what you're going to get through the mail. This is what they're going to bring to the stage.
Yeah.
They're going to be fighting each other to get to the front of the stage, lining it up with these piss jars.
All action figures of us submerged in piss or any other bodily excretion have to be sent to our PO box, and we keep them in a special room.
You just know now that
it's going to happen.
Next Wednesday, the Fulford Arms, someone is going to turn up with a jar of piss, and it will be your fault.
But, you know, some people would see this as, you know, a thing that would diminish the gig. I see it as a gig enhancement. I know especially that Crow God love it when people bring their merch to the show submerged in a piss jar. I know that Vestia will really like it if you buy a tape from them, that they will really appreciate it if you send them a picture of it in a piss bowl afterwards.
And on that note,
thank you. See you later.
Fantastic visual image. I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to let you guys go because I have a few chores I've got to do myself. I have to be up at stupid o'clock to go do the factory grind because this doesn't pay and I don't want it to because then it'd become work and then I'd be bored of it and I wouldn't want to do it. Right now, it's just super fun. So we end this, or rather, you guys can end this because if you will, if you want to do it in stereo, if you want to do it one at a time, I don't really care. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can play it straight. You can do it in your best death metal growl. You can do it erotically. I mean, whatever. Carte blanche to you guys if you can just stare into that camera right there,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just tell the kids, till next time, keep it foxy.
Till next time, keep it foxy and submerged in a bottle of piss.
Bottle of piss, of course. Thank you very much indeed for your time.
Yeah.
It's been a
In a
blast.
bit.
As the sun sets slowly in the west,
Yes.
we'll bid you a fond farewell.
Keep the piss in the bottle warm, and we'll see you on Wednesday.